Hi everybody, it is bats today for the hashtag Tony's October ATC challenge. I'm getting this, I promise. And I'm doing bats. So I have this security envelope that's in this great print. And I'm just gonna do a really quick bat. And how have I been doing this? I really need to clean off my desk, and I think the one thing that I want is the one thing that I've actually cleaned off my desk. So I have this basically black watercolor pencil, and I'm just gonna draw some bats. So I start out with this like V that's gonna form their ears and come down and make kind of a little bit of a body. And then I'm just going up and then out for the wing. Super fun and easy for bats. And then I'm gonna cut them out and paste them onto this card, and the only problem I'm gonna have is figuring out how to make some sort of yellow light kind of radiating out of the center of this card. So they look like they're flying kind of a little bit out of moonlight. That is the next order of business, but I've already made several bats here. I'm gonna make a really tiny one so they look like they're all different. Some of them are very far away and some of them are very close. What we're going for, but I think they're fabulous bats. And that's, I mean, a very super easy sketch, right? So now I'm just gonna cut these out. Okay, this is gonna be fantastic. So what we want is something about that size. So this is kind of a textured card already. So let's use this side, and I just want to have something that looks like moonlight, and I'm not going to be able to get that on this really dark card unless, like I was saying, I have just this extra sheet of book page, and I think that this will go really great if you could use a lot of different things for this. And I happen to have my Neil color crayons out, and I'm just gonna make this, it'll be bright there, and then I'm gonna grab a few colors and just go in the middle, and then coming out it's a little bit, tiny bit darker, and then I'm going to kind of go into this orange color around the edge. And so that'll give me kind of this gradient of color that's going to play really well with this like contrasting yellow color, or rather purpley color that I have for the background. I'm just going to activate this a little bit, and then we'll cut this all out, but I am going to kind of add a little bit more detail to this, probably with some darker. That's great. Okay, and so I'm just kind of you could add some clouds to this, I'm sure, somehow too, but again, I'm trying to make these, I tend to get really carried away, and I don't want to get too carried away with any of these. I want to make them kind of super easy for my own good, right? So I get to spend a little bit of fun, creative time doing something that isn't, I'm just trying not to kill myself there. Trying to do this. You know, that's what I'm looking for. I've been using all of my oranges. This is a very stylized kind of a full moon here. This is a watercolor. Just to make this a little bit interesting. I'm also kind of curious to see, yeah, see this will add a little bit. I can blend this in so that'll show up. So because this is a watercolor pencil, you should be able to blend this out with just a little bit of a wet brush. So I want to leave these lines here so you can see them. I want to blend them out a little bit to the edge. Okay. So I could have used my round punch. I have a big round punch. I could have used that for this. Now while this is wet, I don't like to cut things, but sometimes it works to tear things when they're wet. Then we'll try and glue this onto this card. So I can decide if I want to put that in the center or if I want to put it kind of a little bit off there. You're going to have all these bats flying off. This was a really nice envelope, I have to say. I'm very impressed. And they can be flying all over the place here in all different directions too. They don't have to be like lined up or anything, but we're gonna use them and fill them up. Okay, I think that's gonna get this card is gonna have, see, like how they're all coming at you in different ways. Okay, so let's finish but this is a good amount of bats for our bats card that we've made. And, but we could put this in the very center. Let's put this over here, and I'm just gonna glue this down using a glue stick. Thanks for joining me today for Toni's October ATC challenge and dropping by to see. I'm drawing my way through the 31 days of October. And I'm just doing a quick sketch to get a little bit of practice doing a very little or a lot, depending on just what I want to do, right? I can do a little or I can do a lot. And as long as I'm having fun, that's, you know, we'll go where the days take me here. And so I am going to see, and I could paint this. I actually have a white Stabilo ball pen, and that might be kind of a cool thing. Basically, I want to put, this is a Prismacolor white pencil, and I think that's going to show up just a little bit. See if we can put a little bit of a halo around this. I just want to kind of make a little bit of background interest so I can put these bats onto something. So I'm going to start to blend that out. I don't actually know that this is like, I'm guessing this Prismacolor pencil is not a watercolor pencil. That's fine. Who knew? Who knew? Okay. So we'll just kind of blend that. I think it's going to be fine because we're going to cover this up with bats anyway. And I just kind of want to put a little bit of blended color going out from this, just so this is not quite so stark. And I'm even going to put a little bit of a darker color going out all the way to the edge around this. I'm going to probably leave the edges of these bats kind of coming off here. Like I was saying, thank you so much for checking this out. I am having a lot of fun playing along with this. I hope that a lot of you are also playing along. If you wouldn't mind and you're enjoying this video, you can let me know by hitting that like button. And if you found this and you are not subscribed to my channel, it would thrill me to death if you wanted to subscribe. That is a huge thing for all of your favorite creators on YouTube. We all love a little bit of affirmation from you that, you know, you're out there, that somebody's watching. It is great. I am going to switch to the Neo Color crayons, and I'm going to do a little bit of the darkest purple I can find right around the edge of this. I like using my crayons, and I am really and truly just having a blast here in the studio. And there is a mosquito in the house that just landed on my hand. Did anybody see that? Oh my gosh. It is October and there is a mosquito in my house. And I blame the cats. Grim, do you hear me? I'm just kind of taking this color in like a circular form around here. And I might even add a little bit of this really, this is Prussian blue, and it's just a fabulous blue color. And I'm going to add that just because I think it's going to make this look a little bit darker around the edges. And it's just a gorgeous blue. So Toni has been doing this particular challenge. I think this is the 2nd October she's done it. She gives us a prompt every day, and I have forgotten to check and see what the prompt is for tomorrow, but I will be here tomorrow to present that, and that will be, I think this is Wednesday, so that'll be Thursday. I'm trying to think if I can remember what it is. I have it written down right over there. It is not black and orange, I don't think. I think that's the next one. I probably had too much water on this brush than I wanted or needed, but I'm just going to pull these colors through and do this anyway. I really do like to do this with just a fairly dry brush. I do think that is mixing really nicely with that white. And you can add more white, maybe, but it was seeming like it was going down a lot better. Now it's getting dry. Now we're getting there. But this is really just to add some interest to this background and make it not so stark. So, and I'm gonna really love those bats as they're flying. So there's that. And now I'm just going to glue down my bats, and then I'm gonna call this done. So I think I'm gonna actually start with, well, I guess we should start with the smaller bats. This challenge is so much fun. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze now. Phew! Excuse me. This challenge is, I have been so excited for Halloween to come, and I am having a blast with this challenge. I do think because it's just so much fun to kind of animate inanimate objects and play around with, you know, making some bats and doing some creepy music on the videos and all of these kinds of things. I do like the idea of having this one. I had him over here before, and I think he should be kind of central there. Okay, I think that's what we want, and I want to glue him down last so I can okay. Making a plan for the bats. The bats are coming, the bats are coming. I have all these book pages. Let's not glue things on the desktop like I have been doing. Maybe, yeah. What do I know? Okay. Jump in and play along. That's what I'm saying, because it is so good for your stress levels to just get to be creative and play. Never stop doing that as an adult. I mean, we all need this. That's just one girl's opinion. One girl's opinion, and jump in and say, I can draw. I have paper and I have a pencil, and I'm going to use the things that I have and play along and make some bats today. And it's very great to have this as a creative challenge, to just be like, oh, yeah, I can draw some crazy bats. Children, I'm trying not to get behind. There is bats, and because I'm going to put these into a book later, I'm going to leave these kind of hanging over the edge. I've been keeping everything. Hi, Graham, you want to see the bats too? There you go. So I'm going to leave that hanging off so that maybe I want to use that as kind of a thing. But that is bats, and like I said, be sure to join me tomorrow, and I will be doing the next prompt, and I will tell you then what that is. Till then, stitch scrappily and scrap happily. Bye!